Hi, I'm Seth and I'm a mentor at Studio NPL. This is the first video I'll be making in a series about how to make your own podcast. Listening to podcasts is a great and useful way to spend the time that many of us have at home now, but making them is also a creative and fun way to use it because you're getting to make your own news broadcast, fictional radio play, or just a talk show with your friends. And making them now is easier than ever using a lot of free tools that are online or household objects. So in this video, I'll be going through kind of different recording tools and editing tools that are either free to access online or that use things that you might have access to in your house. In this video, I'll cover three main aspects of podcast equipment or podcast software that you need in order to make one. The first being a microphone. If you're watching this on a cell phone, then that has a microphone built into it, and a lot of cell phones actually have built-in voice memo or voice recording applications. Laptops, a lot of them come with microphones too, and they also have recording applications on there. My cell phone also came with some earbuds that have an inline microphone built into them, built right in the wire. A lot of modern earbuds have either inline microphones like these, or they'll have microphones installed directly into the earpieces. So those are more common microphones you might have around your house instead of maybe an explicit music or podcasting microphone. So by plugging these into a phone or a computer or using the onboard microphones on those devices, you're able to start recording. These microphones I'll just mention may not give you the same quality of sound as a professional kind of studio podcasting microphone, but there's some ways to get the most sound and most quality out of these ones. One way is to remove as much excess noise in your recording environment as possible. So you could either maybe go outside at night or in the middle of the day when it's quieter if you have access to a backyard. Another way is to kind of turn your closet into a makeshift recording studio, and that lets a lot of those extra clothes in the closet dampen a lot of the sound that's either coming in or echoing off the walls. Another way to kind of get better quality out of your microphone is to make a fake windscreen or pop filter, which is what this is. Essentially what a pop filter and windscreen does is that it diffuses a lot of the air going into the microphone, because air going directly in kind of distorts the sound a little bit. So what you can do is cover your microphone maybe in some thin cloth, whether that is a clean sock, a sheet, or a pillowcase, and that'll help kind of diffuse any air from shooting straight into the microphone and distorting whatever it picks up. Another way to get the best quality recording is to set whatever your recording device is on a surface that you're not going to bump that much, because bumping whatever it's resting on can also kind of distort some of that microphone pickup. Alright, so now that I've talked a bit about microphones and recording software, I figured I could show you some editing software. So right now, what I have open is Audacity, which is a free editing software you can use on Mac and Windows. On Mac, there's also GarageBand is Apple's free audio recording and editing software you can use, but I'm not going to use that just because it's not available on all platforms. There's some other free ones you can use online and everything, but Audacity is also a great one because there's a big community of podcasters that have all used this for a long time, and they have plenty of, frequently asked questions and tutorials on all kinds of different aspects for it. So right here, I just have a podcast that I made earlier, very simple. It's only about 16 seconds. And it's just an intro. I said in the middle of it, which is right here. And then, a little bit at the end. So two main edits you're going to be making in Audacity, very frequently. One is, listening to the clip and hearing what the room tone sounds like. So if I start this from the beginning, you'll notice there's a bit of like a hum. Hello, this is Seth, from what I assume is air conditioning. And then there's an in the middle of it. So something you may notice when you start recording is how much you vocalize to fill empty space like that. So I'll show you how to fix both of these very quickly. You're going to be using these a good bit. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm actually up here. I'm using the selection tool, which looks kind of like a little writing cursor. I'm going to click and highlight the right here, and I'm just going to delete that, and you'll notice that the two sides on both ends of the highlight snap together, and it creates kind of this seamless transition right here where the used to be in the middle. One other thing for you to do is this first 5 seconds where there's kind of that room tone. You want to actually record and leave that empty space in the beginning so that you can go and isolate the room tone and then eliminate it from the rest of the clip. So this 5-second clip, if you listen to it, you hear kind of that air conditioning hum. what you can do is go to the effects panel. On PC, it's going to be up at the top bar as well. You want to go to noise reduction, and then you want to have the section of the clip highlighted, and then click Get Noise Profile. So it analyzes that clip that you selected, and now you want to highlight the area where you want that entire noise profile removed from now that you've selected it. So I want the whole clip right here to be selected, so I just click this little side panel. Now I go back to the effects panel and noise reduction, and then I click OK. So now it analyzed the whole clip, and you can go and listen to it. And you'll notice that it's a lot quieter.
This is Seth. I guess
and
this
it
is
kind
just
of
a
removes it from the rest of the entire clip. So those are the two main edits that you're going to be making in Audacity whenever you're doing a podcast. One other edit is you can remove this first little bit now that you've used that. And also you can add theme music to your video. So I went on Free Music Archive. It's a great place to get royalty-free music. And I grabbed a song that I'm going to be crediting at the end of this video. So I'm going to add that in here. And you can see kind of, where it falls with the rest of the clip. So I'm going to take the time shift tool, and I'm going to grab this time. I'm going to move it toward the end so that now you can listen to the podcast, get to the end of the podcast, and then the song comes in at the end.
I guess this is just a sample podcast.
That's about it for this episode. I'm going to be talking in future episodes again about publishing, and another one about kind of recording one with your friends over long distance technologies like video chat and how to make a multi-person podcast that way. So thanks for tuning in.